Are you playing with the...
Oh, are we recording right now?
Yes.
I'm playing with the little wiener toy.
The wiener toy. The wiener toy.
You should keep it on the desk for all your guests.
I will. That's our mascot. That's
Have you taken a picture and uploaded it yet?
That's actually you're predicting the future because that's
spoilers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's actually.
Are you gonna make a Facebook page?
I think I have a Facebook page.
Yeah, but like a Pete's Podcasting Network.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of
PNN.
This is PNN.
That would be PPN.
PPN.
I completely fucked that up for you.
Well, I'm not going to call it PPN. Nothing with BP in it.
Put the PP in.
We're just recording a little tag on this episode of the Still Unnamed podcast. This is I'm here with Mark again.
Hi, I'm Mark again.
Mark again, my brother-in-law, who is he's venturing into podcasting himself. He's going to start a new podcast called
Mark's Minute.
Mark's Minute, everybody.
Pew, 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 pow, pow, pow.
What was that?
Fireworks.
That sounds like a little blaster pistol.
Oh.
That wasn't fireworks.
What do fireworks sound like? That's exactly what I did.
No.
It's okay. I am a better fireworksman.
Mark's Minute is a new podcast that's going to be on this network that I guess we're building here.
It's a channel now, but
it's a channel.
It's definitely a channel.
It's a channel, and we're gonna. I haven't figured out what day we're gonna drop these, but it's forthcoming, and it literally is a minute. You're gonna try and keep it at a minute, right?
It's about a minute. I mean, if we go a little bit over, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, we gotta cut it. It's like a minute.
Okay, so it's not a hard minute. It's just it's more in the name.
Yeah, it has an M and an M, right?
It's perfect.
And then I can make shirts. That's what we do now, right? Shirts?
Yeah.
PPN.
We make shirts.
Oh my god.
But anyway, it's been cool. It's been really cool, this whole podcasting venture thing. I've gotten a lot of comments, like a lot.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. I really am.
We did that one, and which I was pretty terrible. But then as soon as we stopped, I was like, God, what am I gonna do one again? And then you were like, oh, I'm interviewing people that have done stuff, and I'm like, well, shit, I haven't done anything.
Well, I mean, not yet. I've so far I've talked to you, I've talked to Quentin, I've talked to my sister, and it sounds like next week we're gonna have my first, I guess, quasi celebrity, maybe.
I know you don't like to use guests, but he's pretty special.
Yeah, he's a special. He's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
His name Robert Ceballos. He was
might have heard of him.
DJ Robert Ceballos on Mix 107.9 KVLY. Anyway, he's coming up next week, but for now, I wanted to give you a minute of my podcast.
Oh, look at that.
To announce your Mark's
Copyright
Minute.
LLC, Mark's Minute. Give me $1.
Well, anyway, I look forward to whatever comes out of your brain. It's...
I'm sorry.
Did you just waggle that little penis?
I didn't mean to. It's because you know what? Let
me clarify. The little penis on the little toy.
PPN.
Oh my god. Oh, we've gone off the rails here.
That's part of it, I think.
I think so. Anyway, Mark's Minute.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Listen. Tune in.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Taco Tuesday.
That's my line.
I'm sorry.
And things just got awkward.
Are we still rolling?
Hey everyone, it's me again. on this still unnamed podcast, and I don't want to keep saying that because I have a feeling that that's what the show is going to end up being called, and I don't want to. I don't want that. Sitting across from me today is my sister, my dear baby sister, Alyssa. We had a kind of an awkward conversation. I don't think that either one of us was quite ready for it. I think she was a little nervous, which then made me nervous. But we got through it. We talked about some stuff, mainly what we were going to eat that night, the night it was recorded. I think spoiler alert, we didn't record this the same day that I recorded this intro. But anyway, that's okay. That's the magic of editing. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that was a fun conversation. We talked about a couple different things. I would say not my best one so far, but I'm sure that we'll have her on the air later at a later date. Maybe we'll both have some notes or something that we can just blow the shit out of this podcast, blow you guys away with just the kind of intense conversation that we have. But until then, this was my attempt at talking to my sister. Here we go. Okay, are we doing this?
Think so.
Okay, I think we're rolling.
All right.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. Hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Alyssa. I'm Pete's sister.
Yep.
And Mark's wife, I guess.
Mark is my brother-in-law who we met episode 1, if that ever airs. She's the proud mama of 2 babies.
Harley Quinn and Dexter.
Right.
Which you haven't met Dexter, but he's 8 months.
Yeah.
Are you guys on NPR? That's what it sounds like.
I know. Yeah, we're not bringing the energy today.
All right.
All
okay.
Right, let's see. Let's turn it up. Okay. Anyway, so we were just talking about what's for dinner.
Right.
And I was asking, as our normal. Well, I mean, typically, first of all, let's put it all on Front Street. We all live in the same compound, the same house, pretty much. It's like 2 different houses on one big plot of land, and the parents are away, and the parents usually feed us, which is sad
we have to fend for ourselves,
right? Because we're in our late 20s and early 30s and whatnot. But nonetheless, we needed to figure out what's for dinner tonight. So we figured that we should talk about it here on the air. And this was Mark's idea. And what do you feel like having?
Should I be honest? Okay, well, I've got to be honest with you.
Okay.
Mark and I just ate. So
this is a big waste of time. Why did you wait till now to bring that up and tell me?
Well, I mean, if it's something good enough,
is this like
then we'll
a gotcha moment or something that you're
Podcast over.
Oh man, yeah, that okay.
Definitely up for possibly eating a little bit of something again. But
how long ago did you eat?
When he got home, so about an hour ago.
When neither one of you assholes told me that while I was asking.
Sorry.
Okay, well, can you help me figure out what I'm going to eat then? 'Cause, I mean, I always stick to one basic food group, which is Chinese.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to tell him. If it's good enough, then we'll eat too.
You'll eat twice.
We'll eat again.
Like dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
The night is young.
It's 6:00. I'm bushed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for bed. Anyway.
So as far as dinner, what would be really good is
What?
some sushi.
Sushi would be good. Sushi would
And
be.
sushi isn't so filling that I would feel guilty about having just eaten.
Sushi's like a good after dinner snack.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I like that. Have you ever eaten so much sushi that you fall into a sushi coma?
Never.
Okay, I have several times, and it is awesome. You don't
Sounds
sleep.
awesome.
I mean, I've never done heroin, but I can only assume that that's like a heroin dream type of thing,
Right.
Scenario where people who do too much drugs and just pass out for days. I did that once on sushi. It was primarily, I think I had 3 rolls.
What is your roll of choice?
The Fiji roll from Kamori. The first person I ever had sushi with was Manny from Fanage Media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one to tell me about it. And I had never tried it before. So it's relatively new. I mean, it's about, I guess, 7 years ago isn't relatively new. But still.
I used to go pick that up for you guys.
Right.
A lot of spicy mayo for
Yes,
Manny.
extra spicy mayo. A thing about me is like when I try something and I find something that I like I don't ever do anything else. I think are we getting a phone call?
My mother-in-law.
Unprofessionalism at its best. No, well. So, sushi, it is. I think that's what we're leaning towards.
Have you ever had sushi from H-E-B?
I have, and it's good in a pinch. It kind of reminds me of, remember Interview with the Vampire, where Lestat was talking about getting stuck on a ship at sea, where
with the rats?
With the rats that you can, you know, where Louis was saying, well, we could survive this way. I mean, we
Right.
could live this way with the blood of the rats, and his response was, I wouldn't call it living, I would call it surviving.
Right.
It's a good trick when you're caught on a ship. That's kind of how I feel about H-E-B sushi.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. It's still considered sushi, but I wouldn't choose it if I had... If there was 2 restaurants open, well, not that H-E-B is a restaurant, but sushi. My goal was sushi, and it was either Komori or H-E-B right next to each other. I would definitely choose Komori.
Okay.
Because quite honestly, one could argue that it's cheaper, and I don't really think it is.
No, actually, I think it's more expensive.
I think it's more expensive too,
Yeah.
which is strange because you're buying it from a supermarket.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Do you like H-E-B sushi?
I actually do.
Okay.
We had never tried it. One day we were there and we decided, you know what? Hey, let's bring some home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really scared of that firecracker one with the hot Cheetos on top. It looks and sounds disgusting.
That is a Valley classic, I'd say.
It's not that bad.
So, well, yeah. I mean, I've had it too. I'm not gonna lie, but that was definitely a Rio Grande Valley creation.
Yeah.
What do we put on top of sushi? Just hot Cheetos and cheese, I guess. Crumble them up. Which doesn't make any
It sounds disgusting.
It sounds disgusting,
not
but it's
bad.
one of those things that like you turn your nose up at it until you try it. But I don't know. Sushi has always been one of those things where I feel like I have to have just gotten paid before I go.
Right.
Regardless of if I buy cheap sushi, quote unquote, or expensive sushi from H-E-B. It's always one of those things that like I need to feel like I'll still have money in the bank afterwards.
Right.
Which is funny because I mean, a lot of the other restaurants I go to, I end up spending a lot of money.
Isn't that crazy?
On just myself.
Right. It's
right. And forget taking like a girlfriend or
Exactly,
of someone
yeah.
with anyone, even if you're paying for lunch for somebody. Like, you know what I can't stand is Luby's. I end up spending $40 at Luby's.
on yourself?
Well, you know.
Well, I'm okay.
$20
But yeah.
on myself. You know, because
Yeah.
I ain't getting no Luann platter. But yeah, $40. I walked away. I could not believe it. It's cafeteria food.
Yeah.
And it's
the same concept anyway.
Well, yeah.
Get a tray, fill it up with food.
I'm serving myself. I'm not going to pay no $40.
Did you leave a tip?
Yeah, I left it.
So 40 plus tip.
40 plus tip. And I just didn't, I don't know. Well, that's another thing is tipping. Is that it's a kind of one of those slippery slopes that some people are, you know, on either side of the fence about it. I'm a notoriously okay tipper.
Okay.
I don't know. My rule, and I know that, I mean, a lot of people might not agree with it, but my rule is I will leave $1 for every person at the table that she served. And that's just me. Like when we split tabs, like let's say I go with like 5 other friends. Mm-hmm. So there's 6 of us.
Right.
You know, I'll take my portion and I'll give $6 because this whoever served 6 people.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming that the other 5 people in my party are also leaving tips. Maybe better, maybe worse, or not leaving tips at all. So I try to make up for them.
Right.
Regardless.
Well, when we go with our parents, it's who's going to leave the tip.
Right. Yeah,
It's not so much.
Right.
But no, I understand what you're saying. And that's really nice.
That's
she could possibly stand to make more money from from other people.
Right. Here's a question. Do you give an extra tip after gratuity has been included on your tab? Because servers will say, yes, you should.
I have. I think it depends on the service itself.
Okay.
If I got crappy service, then probably
well, yeah. I mean,
will
crappy
not.
service is crappy service, regardless. But like, I have friends in the service industry, and like I'll see them once in a while. They'll forward or share a picture of a bad tip, or a copy of receipt with a bad tip from a celebrity or something, and they're always up in arms about like, well, if you can't afford to leave a tip, you shouldn't be eating out or whatever. I think that's bullshit.
Right.
Quite frankly, I mean, I'm gonna eat. I'm going to eat, period. And I think that I'm doing okay. Some people might think that that's not good enough because technically, if I'm in a group of 6, I'm leaving a $6 tip. If it's just me, I'm leaving $1 tip.
Really?
It's the same kind of thing.
Okay.
Especially if, like, let's say I go to a buffet, I am doing 80% of the work. Really.
Right.
They're bringing me a drink every couple of minutes. Should I leave more than $1 for that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I think Mark and I try to have a $3 minimum.
Okay. Regardless of service?
Regardless. We try to do $3.
Even if it's bad service?
Yeah, we've stuck to that. A good service, we will leave much more than that.
Do you think you can tell the difference between someone who's just a terrible waitress, server, whatever, and someone who's just having a bad night and maybe have too many tables so they haven't really taken care of you as well as they could?
Yeah, I think so. You can tell in the personality. A person who's just having a bad day will usually at least... I just got handed my child, sorry.
Yes. Yep.
They'll still have a good personality. They'll laugh. I'm sorry. He's grabbing my mic. And they'll talk to you still. I mean,
right.
The service may be slow, a few mistakes on your plate, but they'll be personable. Because
I appreciate someone coming by every couple minutes and saying, I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Yes,
whatever.
That goes a long way, I think.
That at least lets me know that they've noticed me and stuff like that. Well, whatever.
Yeah, we walked into a restaurant one time and stood at the door next to the "Please wait to be seated" sign for quite a while. Nobody ever came. So we took a seat and we waited there about 10, 11 minutes before anybody even noticed that we were sitting there.
11 minutes. I mean, that's an eternity. That's quite a bit.
We were getting ready to leave. And so they came over, they took our order, or drink order rather, and...
They took your drink order while you were sitting in the lobby?
No. We sat at a table.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they took our drink order, brought us our drink right away, but didn't take a food order, didn't say, hey, we'll be back to do that. And we sat there looking at our menu for another, I want to say 7-8 minutes.
And do you walk at that point, or, I mean...
Actually, in the end, yes. We ended up leaving our drinks on the table and just walking out.
Okay, you didn't pay for the drinks.
We didn't pay for the drinks.
Okay, yeah, that's one of those things that happened to me once a couple years ago, actually quite a few years ago, with my son's mom. We were out on Valentine's, and that was my first mistake, because I was trying to go out on that night, and we went to a really nice place.
Without reservations.
Without reservations. Okay. But... See, I was working at the radio station at the time, and I was making a whole bunch of different, radio spots for different restaurants and bars and stuff for that night. And I happened to have done one for a local steakhouse, and the owner was there, and he was telling me, we're not going to be taking reservations. We've got a really good staff. We've got a good crew. Just, bring your girl in, whatever. Let's do this. Right. I'll take care of you. If I see you, I'll take care of you, whatever. I mean, I wasn't expecting a free meal or anything, but I mean, hey, the owner comes by and says hi to me. That's gotta bode well for me on Valentine's Day. Anyway, so we go, and there is an hour wait in the lobby, and I'm ready to go somewhere else. She wants to stay. Fine. So we go to the bar. We have some drinks. We're there probably about 45 minutes before they call us. So it wasn't technically an hour, but we got a seat. We sat down with our drinks. I had already closed out my tab at the bar. Okay, so we're sitting there at the table, and we order some appetizers. We order some, Cokes or whatever, and and they just never come back. They never come back. Then someone, not our waitress, comes over and brings us this appetizer that we didn't order, but we're starving at that point.
Right.
So I start eating it, and I eat more than half of it, and our waitress finally brought us our drink. She said, "Oh, that wasn't your appetizer, was it? Okay, just go ahead and keep it," or whatever. She brings us our actual appetizer that we ordered. So now we've got 2 appetizers on the table.
Right.
And we're both picking at it. We're both drinking our drinks, but they never come by and get our food order ever. And like, I'm telling you, another 45 minutes went by before we even saw our waitress again. And at this point, she was saying, let's go. Come on,
Okay.
get
well,
up, let's
been
go.
a couple of hours.
I was insistent on paying for what I had eaten, and that caused a whole it wasn't a good Valentine's Day to,
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you feel about that? Should I have left,
No, I don't think so.
left a 20 on the table and walked? Because it's what I ended up doing, and I ended up pissing her off, but that's,
No, I don't think you should have, actually. Well, especially for the first one that wasn't even yours. You didn't order it and just kind of showed up on your table. I wouldn't have paid for that at all. As far as the second one, I think you spent your money at the bar. You did well. They never came back. That's not your fault.
Right.
I wouldn't have paid for it.
No, well.
But I think women see things differently.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't getting laid that night anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I think we're coming up on 15 minutes here, and that's usually where we try and cut this off. And we still have not figured out what we're having tonight.
Right.
Or did we? Are we landed on sushi? Are we good?
Sushi sounds good.
No.
I don't think Mark wants anything.
Mark is Mark's full because he just ate.
Your son eats sushi?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
He'll eat macaroni.
Sounds
And
great.
macaroni it is. Well, I guess that's another installment of the Still Unnamed podcast, which is we're leaning towards. Mark was going to look up whether that is already taken, and so I guess for now the temporary name will just, for Pete's sake, or for.
I like that. I like it a lot.
I'm still not sold on it, to be honest with you. But,
And that is my children fighting in the background.
Is she? She's definitely playing with a
1920s
60-year-old toy. It's just for you guys can't see it. It's a little figure with a barrel around him, and when you bring the barrel down, his wiener flops out.
Oh goodness.
Yep.
That's my cue to go.
Yep, that was
right.
it. So, thanks, Sarah, for listening. I have been Pete Salas along with
Alyssa Salas
And,
Rodriguez. Rodriguez. That's a whole other conversation. I won't change my name.
Toyota Bass Fish. Woo!
Taco Tuesdays.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Well, you see what I mean? It was good. It was okay. It was okay. Not our best. That might have been that would be the bronze if we were ranking these. I would say I've gotten some good feedback about Quentin's appearance, episode 2, this last episode, so that would be our gold standard. But I think that was more of like the cute factor, like, oh, look at him, he's talking to a 7-year-old, that must be adorable or whatever. But so if Quentin, episode 2, was the gold standard, then I would say that this last one that you just listened to, if you made it all the way through and you're actually listening to this, would be our bronze. But that's okay. That's not a shot on my sister. She was awesome. She was just a little nervous, and so was I. Maybe we were just hungry. Let's chalk it up to that. We were hungry, and we couldn't decide for the life of us what the hell we were going to eat. So we ended up just rambling on and having a broad conversation about different shit. So, but I guess that's kind of the definition of a podcast too, you know? A podcast can be whatever you want it to be. That's really what it is. And I don't think that I don't think we sucked, but I don't think we were great either. But that's okay. We will fix it later at a later date. So anyway, episode 3 in the books, and I appreciate you listening if you made it this far through once again, and I appreciate your time, and thank you for listening.